And one of the things that was interesting that I noticed about you, and so this is something that I hear a lot in the Japanese community, is that they like to play video games as a learning method. And it's the only community that I've heard about that does this, except for you. You've actually played video games in Russian as a part of your process or your journey. So I thought that was pretty interesting. How much Russian do you think it's possible to learn from video games? Because I think this is a really interesting idea.
I think at the moment it's unfortunately not possible to learn a lot of Russian through video games because there are just not too much good video games that you can play with Russian voice acting, like maybe 5 or 10 or so. And as well, it's kind of like with watching movies and series. You first start with with just the Russian voice with subtitles if possible, and then once you get better, you go to Russian voice and Russian subtitles, and then in the end you can try playing it without subtitles. But it's just something extra to do.
Wow.
Like if you're already learning it, if you're already speaking, and you also like to play video games, then why not play video games in Russian?
That's true. And I was almost so tempted to do it because I haven't played video games since I was like 17. And honestly, I have a little bit of an addictive personality. And I mean, like the things that I like, I really like. I used to be a runner in the States. I was obsessed with running. Then I learned the guitar. I was obsessed with the guitar. Now I'm like, languages have been my thing for a while. And right now it's Russian. And I'm glad that my obsession or my strong interest is something positive. But I've been very kind of worried to bring in like this video game into my world. So it's so hard not to sometimes, especially because like I would kill to play The Witcher. I really want to play that game, or even Metro, which seems cool. I think I got that recommendation from you, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to not give in to temptation.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I played a lot of video games when I was younger in high school. And then, well, I started university. I basically stopped because, studying, partying, there's kind of no time to play video games. And you also don't want to be sitting at home. Like, you want to go out and do something. And then later, after I graduated, then sometimes, like, especially during winter, then there's not too much going on. And if you get some time alone, like otherwise you may watch a movie at night. You can also just play a video game, and especially if you're learning Russian and you can kind of talk to yourself, all right, I'm just gonna play a video game in Russian, so I'm not completely wasting my time. I'm still doing something useful. So, but for you, I would recommend to play the Metro series because the games they're a very like a pretty short storyline, like only 10 to 20 hours. So even if you completely go crazy in them, like very obsessed, it's only like a week or so that you're playing them. Because if you would pick a large game, for example, you can play it for a long time, such as The Witcher 3. I think that game can be played for 50, 100, or maybe longer. So yeah, it's better to start with the simpler games.
Well, I'll leave this as an option for the people who have more self-control than I do. So go for it, guys, if you can. And did you ever get into any of the literature? Because like I said, I think people are either into the girls or the literature when they learn Russian. Did you even get into the literature? Not really.